Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Selena and I am doing my weekly recap. So, on Mondays, I am doing a weekly recap of what all I accomplished last week as far as like my fitness goals, macros, business wise. So, just doing a little overview of what all I did last week and then a look ahead of the next week. So, last week, the highlight was my birthday. My birthday was Friday, January 10th. I had an amazing day. I'm not going to start there, but again, that was just the highlight of my week. Okay. So we'll start with fitness goals. And I've been keeping a tracker. I shared the tracker last week of, I have my iPad of what every day that I work out, I am using my little pen to color it in to show like my progress. Oh, and then I'll show at the end of the year, or I'm going to show it each week. But it's going to be cool to see like how many days out of the year 365 that I worked out. So on track, I worked out every day last week, Monday through Friday. Took Saturday off because we found out that the local F45 was having a Hyrox type training. Well, come to find out, it was the same fit test that we did the week prior at ISI, just a little different. The only thing that changed was the instead of doing the skier, we did the rower. But both of them are in the Hyrox competition. So we just did the rowing yesterday instead of the skier. But so yeah, so worked out every day, Monday through Friday, took Saturday as a rest day, which my body needed it. And then Sunday we did the fit test and that kind of like beat me up. The thing that I'm not liking about these fit tests is that the running is outside, and most of these facilities are more strength training base. So it makes sense that they don't have like treadmills. So that's the only knock. And as soon as it was over, like me and my husband were like hacking in the car. It's just that cold air. So we were looking up on Amazon, like covers to put over our mouth so that when we're running outside, because we do have a 5K Saturday, so that when we do run outside, like to protect our lungs so that we're not hacking for the rest of the day because of the cold air. So that's the only knock. And again, it was only one run. It was only 0.62 miles. So I guess it wasn't as bad, but that's the only knock. And this at F45, they didn't have everything marked off. So it was pretty much, I think it wasn't like a nationwide. The ISI was nationwide where all whoever wanted to participate, like they were playing for it. They had the little patches that you got at the end. They had the cards to show your time. And so this was just this local F45 running a training. And she said they were going to do something every Sunday if we wanted to participate. So, or every week, I think she said. But we weren't doing the fit test. It was just more or less some type of training to get you ready for the competition in April. I think a lot of people at that local gym has signed up for the competition in April, the one that we're doing in Atlanta. So again, it was nice. Still, anything that we can do to get us ready for it, we're gonna try and participate in and be a part of it. So it was nice to do. We ran the 0.62 6 times around the building. We came in and then we did which that just took, I don't know, my legs feel like lead. I don't know what is going on, or it's just hard to get going. So I'm interested to see how I'm gonna do this race Saturday. But we came in, we did the what did we do? Oh, we did so instead of wall balls, they didn't have wall balls, or they have them marked off. Again, I think they were just winging it, but it was fine. We used weights and we did squat press or squat thrusters. We did that for 100. So again, instead of the wall ball, we did that. And then we did hand release push-ups. Then we did lunges for 100. Hand release push-up 30. I did 30 this time because last week I ended up doing 50. So I did 30 this time, which was correct. And then I did the stationary lunges, or we did stationary lunges and then the hand release push up, whichever one. And then we did 100 of those stationary lunges. And then we did the burpee broad jump. We did 50 of those. And then me and my husband finished on the rower with the 1,000 meter row. Overall, my time was 37 minutes. It was 37 and a little bit. She had 37 exactly, but I had 37, I think like 12. So if you compare the two, and again, I think the squat thruster, we got through that a little bit quicker because we didn't have the wall balls. So again, just comparing the two and how they were both ran. I finished in 37 minutes. I think last week I finished in 41. So again, I don't know if you can necessarily compare exact, but so yeah, so that was, we actually did that yesterday. So that was Sunday. And then I did mainly Orange Theory last week because I'm reading in these groups like the majority of the competition is running and I have to improve on my time. And so, my endurance. And so I got to figure out, like, I'm trying to run more, and that's usually what Orange Theory is, a lot of interval running, which, you know, the coach that was here that I've reached out to that has done it before, that's what she said, like, Orange Theory will really help get you ready for the competition. So I just have to focus on building my endurance and like getting faster. And which leads me into like my eating. So right now I track my macros, and I didn't go into it last week, which I thought about it afterwards. I'm like, I didn't talk about my personal macros, and that right now I am in maintenance where I'm eating a little higher carbs, and so my protein stayed the same. I don't think I have my macros on here. I use macros first to track my macros. I pretty much eat the same thing for breakfast: 2 slices of turkey bacon, 5 egg whites, 1 egg yolk, or 1 egg, full egg, and then I'll either have oatmeal, sometimes grits. My husband loves grits. He will pretty much eat grits every day. Dave's Killer Bagels. I like the cinnamon raisin, so I'll have either that, or I've been taking, if I work out before I coach, I brought my breakfast, and I'll have like the protein waffles that I get from Aldi's. I seem to like those. Those are decent with some like sugar-free syrup. So I really just switch out the carbs. So I pretty much have that. And then lately I've been having a wrap for lunch, whether it be chicken, shrimp, whatever type of meat that we have, or I'll get the barely breaded or lightly breaded chicken from Costco or Walmart, or not Walmart, Costco or Sam's, and then make a wrap. And then I'll have like some pita chips, and then probably a fruit, and then the little mini cones. I have add a little bit of sweets back, and mainly because of my birthday, that completely threw me off. But I'm back on track, and so I'll have like the mini ice cream cone from Trader Joe's that I get as like a little treat. And then dinner is usually my bowl, and I'm gonna do a video showing like the bowl that I could literally eat this every day. And so I'll have my bowl for dinner, which is like a long grain wild rice that I get from Aldi's, and then I have some type of protein, whether it be chicken, steak, shrimp, again, whatever we have, and then a fire roasted veggie mix from Costco, and then lately I have been having, it's like a bread pancake kind of. It's not really a pancake, but it's just it's really good bread. So I get it from Trader Joe's. But again, I'll share all that. I'm gonna do a video showing my bowl, and then I'll put some type of, I got a dill creamy dressing from Trader Joe's last week that I tried, and I really like it, and it's less fat than the other Parmesan buffalo sauce that I get, but I like that as well. So I'll drizzle a little bit, and again, I weigh everything, and I'll drizzle 1 tablespoon of that on top, and it's like perfect. Like that, I can eat that almost every day, and that's mainly what I've been having for dinner. So last week, again, because it was my birthday Friday, I tried to at least start the morning off having my normal breakfast, and then if I did have like a typical lunch, which I did on my birthday, and then that night we had pizza, because I love pizza. My family, we usually have pizza maybe about once a week, if not once every other week. And so we had pizza and the salad, for my birthday. And then I had a nothing but cake because I did my video for my birthday. Make sure you check that out, my birthday video. And then I think that was it. I don't know. I'm not sure if I had anything else sweet. But the weekend, same thing. Saturday, me and my husband went to Halls. We had breakfast normal, and then we went to Halls. We had a lunch. He made. We love red potato fries, so we'll cut up red potatoes and put them in the air fryer. And then we had the lightly breaded the chicken nuggets, and we had that for lunch. And then me and him went out to a nice restaurant to celebrate my birthday. And so, and then of course we had dessert there. And then throughout the day we have been snacking on like munching more than normal. I didn't track anything. I think I tracked everything up until dinner on Friday. I didn't track my macros on Saturday, and I didn't track on Sunday because we got appetizers, and so we were pretty much full once the main entree came out. So we barely ate that. So because we were like, Sunday we're back on track. Well, we barely touched our food, so we ate it on Sunday. So I'm back on track today. And yeah, so tracking my macros, and I'm thinking today, because I want to drop about I want to drop about 40 pounds, maybe 35, 40 pounds, probably 40. I got on a scale today. I'm 185 and I'm 5'4". So that's a lot of weight. And most people are like, where are you going to lose 40 pounds? It doesn't look like it. No, I feel it. And so I want to get lighter, and maybe that'll help the little bit of strain that I feel on my feet now. I'm pretty sure that will help. So I need to get my weight down. So I'm thinking about going in a deficit. I've been about at maintenance since the second week in October. So about 3 months. I'm not sure if I want to stay at maintenance until February, and then I'll go into a deficit February, March, and April. February, March, April. That means I may be in a deficit for the competition, and I'm not sure. So we'll see. I'm still thinking about it and still trying to figure out whether I want to cut. But I'm working out a lot, and that's another thing too. So again, I'll make a decision by the end of the week. I'm gonna stick with my maintenance macros this week. And because I'm using my phone and not my DJI to record, I don't have my app so I can share what exactly my macros are. But I'm thinking about 160 protein, about 249 carbs, and maybe like 60 something fat. I'll show a picture of it so you can see what my macros currently are. And then again, I haven't tracked it. I just had a birthday, so I haven't tracked it, recalculated my macros, and plus all the working out that I'm doing lately, I haven't changed anything. But I need to figure out whether I'm going to go in a deficit and cut, or just continue to build. So yeah, so that was my macros, and I wanted to share a little bit about, because I didn't touch on it last week. And again, what I've been eating, and I'm gonna try to do more like videos showing snack ideas, options, and stuff like that, things that I picked up, like on the go, because I usually am on the go, as well as like some of the food, the meals and stuff that I eat throughout the week. And again, I am a creature of habit. So if I don't have to think about what I'm gonna eat throughout the week, it just makes it so much easier for me. That's one less decision I have to make, okay? I think if we take out all the thinking, the overthinking, and just make it simple, eat the same thing, you don't have to worry about getting off track. Cheers. Okay, so that was my eating, and so I talked about my macros, and I wanted to make sure I shared my macros. I didn't last week, and that was one thing I wanted to make sure I touched on this week, is to talk about macros, or my personal macros, and what I'm currently doing. And then and also hit on the workouts for the week. And then, so as far as like my YouTube journey and social media, trying to build that, I'm proud of myself for, I did my weekly recap last week. I did a video on plantar fasciitis on Wednesday, and then Friday I did my birthday video. And then here I am recording now my weekly recap. And then I've done some shorts in between there. And I try just about every day to like post something, whether it's a clip of my workout, um, I've tried to share at least one other video in between that time, again, just to keep working that muscle. And so I'm pretty proud of myself for keeping on schedule, even though sometimes it can be overwhelming, because I think I need to batch create some content so I can get ahead. But right now it's usually record, edit, post all in the same day, but it's fine. And this video hopefully won't be as long as last week. And then I can edit it and get it up not right before midnight like I did my weekly recap last week. But nonetheless, if I still get it up late, it's fine, because we have Girl Scouts and all the things this week. Speaking of Girl Scouts, Luna, this is her first year. She literally had one meeting, and then it was like the holidays. And so she starts selling Girl Scout cookies. So she's excited about that, and just excited to be in the Girl Scouts. Because my normal business, I bake cookies, she's thinking like people are going to like decorate cookies. And I'm like, no, Lou, you just sell boxes of cookies. She still hasn't grasped that whole concept of how Girl Scout and Girl Scout cookie sales work, because of what I do for a living. But anyway, so she made a little video that introduced herself and said, would you like to buy some cookies from me? So it was cute. And she has a meeting tonight, which she's excited about. Okay, so I had to adjust myself. But now I'm gonna do a birthday recap. Okay, so I woke up at 4 something that morning, was going to Orange Theory to do the 5 a.m. class. And I took the 5 a.m. class. It was like a full class, which was great. It's always nice to have full classes because the energy in there is amazing. And I also took some cookies, again, which I shared in my birthday video. So as I've shared before, my main business is I have a mobile bakery, and I make sugar cookies. And so I have what you call an Eddy printer, so I can print like any image on a cookie. So I took some cookies to class, pictures of me as a coach and then me as a baby, which were pretty cool. And so I hadn't baked at all this year yet. And again, I usually take all of June or January off. And so I hadn't baked anything yet. So it was nice. Like the first bake of the year was pictures of myself that I took to class to share. So I had everyone hold a cookie at the end, and we took a picture at the end of the class. So it was nice. So to start my birthday doing what I love, which is working out. So that's how it started. And then when I got home, my husband was like, hey, let me know when you're headed home. My 5-year-old, she's such a sweetheart. She wanted to, of course, do something for my birthday. Usually my birthday is for her, not necessarily for me, because last year we went to CC's Pizza and a jump park, okay? Why would I spend my birthday at a jump park or at CC's Pizza? Because she's like, what are we doing for your birthday? I want to go to your birthday party. I'm like, Lou, I'm not having a birthday party. But anyways, so she wanted to do something for me. And my husband has stayed up. My husband has stayed up the night before. He was like, I'm working on something. And I went to bed. And I'm not sure what time he got in the bed. I heard him, but I didn't even look to see what time it was. And I know it was late. Well, again, when I walked in, I let him know, hey, I'm here. I'm getting out the car. And he was like, that's fine. So I walked through the door, and they were playing Happy Birthday. Or she told me to wait at the door because they weren't ready yet. And then they had to turn on the song. And it started off as Happy Birthday and quickly went into Texas Hold'em. I don't even think they sang Happy Birthday all the way through. But she knows I love Beyonce. And so it quickly switched to Texas Hold'em. And that was such the cutest thing. They were jumping around, dancing, singing that. And then I walked in the kitchen, and he had the number 43. That's what he was up making. Like, he used 2 poster boards. Like the board that I have for my vision board, he like cut out the numbers, glued it all together, put flowers in it. He had that and some cupcakes, and then some sparkling cider, or some type of Welch's or whatever drink. And that's what they had, and they sang, and then they had balloons and happy birthday. So it was super nice, and it was a big surprise. Wasn't expecting that but it was very touching. to know that you're loved and appreciated. So that was nice. And I love and appreciate my husband as well as my daughter for like taking the time to make me feel special when I came home from working out. And I invited him to work out, but he was like, I knew Luna was wanted to plan something, so he was like, I wanted to, but I knew I had to get this stuff ready for her, and so he didn't get to work out with me that morning. But anyway, so we did that, and then Lou went off to school, and it was calling for ice that day, and snow in like the upstate. We weren't gonna get any snow. We were just gonna get ice. Supposed to be later on in that afternoon. Well, I worked out early in the morning because I was gonna go surprise her and I signed up to be the mystery reader at her school for that day. Once the list came out and I saw it was on my birthday, I was like, oh, this is perfect. We'll go have lunch. Well, the day before they had said that it was going to be a half day. And so I'm like, okay, message her, email her teacher. And she was like, yes, you can still come. It's come a little bit later, about 15 minutes later. So therefore you can read and then you can take Lou and then y'all can go, just go home and dismiss because it would have been close to the time. So I got all the books ready. Asked her like what book she liked. Well, there was two books that I had got Maya for when she was young or a baby, and I would read to her. It was Giraffes Can't Dance and Down by the Cool of the Pool. Like those are two of my favorite books. I think they were just fun books. I got them from Kohl's when Kohl's was doing the Kohl's Care $5 big nice size books, and Lou got a hold of them. My husband allowed her, and ripped 2 pages. Like not where the pages are just in there, just need to be taped. No, who knows where the pages are. So heartbroken about that. And then I guess it's a blessing in disguise because the ice that was coming, well, that morning they decided to Cole School dismiss 30 minutes earlier than already they were dismissing. So that the mystery reader got nixed, and so I was so heartbroken. Like that was one of the things that I was so looking forward to because she had randomly asked me Tuesday when they started back to school, Mommy, when are you going to be the mystery reader at my school? And I'm like, I don't know, one day. Well, that got changed, and that got nixed. So after I showered, I went to Walmart because I was like, let me see if I can find the books, which I knew I wasn't going to, or even something similar. But I did find one book that I'm excited to read. And so, but it got canceled. And so now I have to wait till March. That was the next available date, March 28th. Her birthday's the 26th because I was already planning to read, or I was already planning to go have lunch with her on her birthday. And then they do it on Friday, the mystery reader. So anyways, I signed up for the 28th. Well, her teacher emailed me yesterday and was like, hey, I'm sorry. Because I emailed her Friday and was like, I know school is going to dismiss 30 minutes earlier. Can I still come? Well, anyway, she never replied, but someone from the office had called and told me that for me to reschedule and that I didn't need to come today. Well, she had messaged me. It was like, hey, I took an early flight to Chicago. Sorry, I didn't miss all the fun that y'all had on Friday. And so she was like, I see you rescheduled. If you want to, we can do it on the 26th, which is Luna's birthday. And then you can have lunch with her as well. So perfect. I'm going to do that instead. So although I didn't get to read on my birthday, I'm going to get to read on her birthday and then have lunch with her. So now, therefore, I don't have to come back on that Friday. So that was like a bummer, but nonetheless, still ended up being a great day. And again, like I said, I already mentioned, we had pizza, salad, relax. I think we may have played a card game, possibly red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. I think we did it that day. But anyways, so that was then. And then Saturday, me and my husband went to Halls. So I've gone to Halls twice. Like my dad took me a couple years ago for my birthday. And then I've gone to Halls for brunch with some girlfriends for someone else's birthday. So I've been there a couple times. Me and him had not been. So he was like, let's go to Halls for dinner. I think me and my dad went for lunch. So it was super nice. You know, we rarely go out or get dressed up. So it was nice to get dressed up, put on some clothes and just be me and him. and it was like late. Our reservation was 9 o'clock, and so we got to lay around, watch the movie, get caught up on Lioness, which is amazing. And just have a lazy Saturday, which that's rare. Like our Saturdays are usually spent going and usually at the local market, and then we crash when we get home from that. So we really don't get to do anything. So this way we watched Lioness, we dozed a little bit, woke up, rewatched, like started over. So it was a nice lazy Saturday, which I enjoy because I'm a homebody, unless it's fitness related, but I like to stay at home. So we did that. We went to Halls, and it was super nice, like the ambiance and atmosphere. Like it's really, as soon as we checked in, he was parking the car, and then by the time he got walked in, it was time for us to go to our table. So they sat us down, and then we ended up again looking over the menu. We got a couple. We chose what we wanted, a couple appetizers. And then which all the appetizers look great, all the appetizers and sides, and we were like, we could just eat appetizers and sides and be okay. But we got a Caesar salad, which was like a huge chunk of lettuce, and then bacon on top, tomatoes and avocado. And then we got fried green tomato with some like corn and bacon. I think it was succotash or something like that. And then he got some like pineapple, some type of spicy shrimp. That was okay. I got shrimp and grits for my entree, and he got salmon, and it came with like finger length potatoes. Oh, and then we got on this for the sides that we shared. We got a smoked bacon mac and cheese, and then we also got creamed spinach. So those are our sides. So it was, nonetheless, it was like a lot of food. So we ate pretty much the appetizer, and then by then we were like full. And so I maybe took like a couple bites of my grits, and then I had one shrimp, and he ate a little bit of his salmon, and we were like full, but we had to leave room for dessert because you can't go out for your birthday and then not have dessert. So anyways, our waitress was amazing, but because when we sat down, she was like, are y'all celebrating anything? And we were like, my birthday. She was like, oh, nice, okay. And then so when she asked us, she was like, besides what I'm gonna bring, is there any other dessert? So we did get like a apple cheesecake, some type of apple cheesecake. And then she brought out some ice cream, which was really good. It had like a pecan praline bits are on top, and so it was really good. I probably should have ordered the chocolate cake to go with it if I would known she was gonna bring ice cream out. But it was super nice. Like we had a great time. We sat there and talked, and had a really good time. So that was such a nice birthday dinner. And then we came home, showered, put our pajamas back on, and then watched a little bit more Lioness. But I don't think we made it through much of it because we were both knocked out. And then we got up the next day, went to church, didn't make it in because they were at capacity, and they have like an overflow room. And usually if we end up in the overflow room, we could just go home and stream it. So we went home, streamed it, had breakfast. And then we laid around, watched a little bit more Lioness before it was time for me to go have an eye exam. I usually have an eye exam at the beginning. It's usually right after my birthday. Had an eye exam. I need to get some glasses. And then we went straight. Oh, I stopped by Icebox. I had my cryotherapy session, which I wanted to go the end of the week, but because of the whole ice thing, that got me thrown off. So I went and had a session before going to before we went to the F45 for the fit test training. And then after we did the training, we came home, had dinner, and then finally finished Lioness, which was nice to end the weekend getting through a series together, because normally we'll start it together and then I'll finish because I'm usually home working, and so I can finish stuff, and then he usually has to catch up. But it was nice for us to actually like spend a weekend hanging out and finishing up a series. Yeah, that was pretty much it. That was my last week recap. And a look ahead at this week, I do plan to do a video showing my bowl that I love and I make a couple times a week. And then I haven't figured out what I'm going to do my video on Friday. So I'll figure that out as I go. But nothing too crazy going on this week. I don't coach tomorrow, which was nice. So I'm not sure if my husband's traveling, but if he is, I'll have to drop Luna off and then I'll go straight to the gym right after. I'll probably do that anyways. And then instead of going to Orange Theory, I need to run more. I have to get into miles because again, we do have a race on Saturday. So I don't want to suck, which again, is going to be cold. So I still may suck. Even if I shave up a couple seconds from our run time last week. Like I want to do an update next Monday to say I shaved off, I don't care how many seconds. If it's a couple, it's a different course. So, and I think this one is a little bit more hilly, which, so hills, cold, not a good combination, but it have a nice metal. So that's all that matters. But yeah, so that's my weekly recap. And again, if you stuck around this long, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I will see you later in the week and next week for another recap. Have a great week. Thanks. Bye.